Hi guys, George Glinsky here from Toe the Line, joined today by Jonny the Battler Lawson. Jonny, how we doing, my man?
All good, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, really good. Obviously, we've just come off BKB Lockdown 2, victorious again, it has to be said,
Yeah,
beating
sure.
Chaz Symonds, unanimous decision. How does it feel?
Like I said to you on the night, mate, felt absolutely amazing, mate. Everything's finally starting to come together. Finally got a win streak on the go, and I intend to keep that win streak going.
For sure. And does it feel like, well, better than last time? I mean, there was always that attachment to beating Robin Deacon, Britain's worst boxer. I know he goes by the mantra, but it is, in a sense, he's a journeyman. You were fighting Chaz Symonds. This man's a former Southern Area champion, a very credentialed boxer. Does it feel like even more of a victory having beaten someone with that sort of name?
Yeah, most certainly, mate. Honestly, the first win, whenever I beat Robin, yeah, I was happy that I won, but it was just more a weight off that I've actually that I got the first win. It was just more relief than anything. And then once I got that second win over a lot more credential fighter, it really gave me a lift, big confidence boost. I felt confident going into the fight, but once I got that win, that just put my confidence up even more. It really did. Like,
Yeah, and I suppose at this point, the way you get in there, the way you fight, it's almost like you don't have anything to lose, the way you fight. And in a way, with taking the consecutive losses, you sort of don't have anything to lose. But now, does it change things? I mean, you're on a two-fight win streak. Arguably, I'd be looking at if I was Jim, obviously I'm not him, but I'd be saying, British title eliminator. You're on the road to a title fight.
yeah, well, that's where I'm wanting to go. That's what I've got my sights set on. The British bantamweight title.
Hmm.
Whoever I have to fight next to get me even one step closer to that. As again, I'll leave that down to Jim, but yeah, that's what I've got planned. Definitely, as you say, a British title eliminator. At the least.
Yeah.
But
Sure. Let's talk about the fight. Obviously, first round, you came out against a man who hadn't fought in the bare knuckle art form before. You didn't give him any space to breathe. You broke his nose in the first round. You went through to the second round. How were you feeling in that third? Because he started to get a bit of work off. How were you feeling physically at that point?
oh, I was tired. I was. I'm not gonna lie. I was quite tired. But I didn't. I wanted to make sure that I secured that first and second round, so I just went all out. I didn't want to give the judges any doubt, and I didn't want to give the judges any sort of doubt that he had took first or second round. Like, so, it was all out at the start, mate. And yeah, I was bit by I was knackered by the third, but you know, I kept going as I always do. Like, you
Yeah, I
know.
I think you convincingly won the first two rounds. Did you feel like coming into the decision that you'd won the fight overall despite the
Oh yeah,
third?
I told Harley that I had one, but there was always that me going the distance. It doesn't always end so well. So I knew in my head I won, but then there was always that wee voice saying to me, "Or have I?" So I was absolutely buzzing when they called me in.
I suppose, we talk about it all the time. Bless Tony, because I'm sure he hates it. But that fight in particular, you were believed by a lot of people to have won that fight. Were you as confident there as you were here? Or was this fight just like a,
Yeah,
95% confidence?
yeah, that confidence was there, mate. Yeah, yeah. That. Yeah, the confidence that I felt at the end of the Lafferty fight, but that is exactly how I felt at the end of that last fight.
Oh no.
Yeah, the confidence was just straight back, mate. So it was. Confidence was there, mate, and yeah, it just felt good.
Yeah, no, and it was a great moment. For me personally, the feel good moment of the card. But I suppose now, it won't be a feel good moment going forwards in that sense because there's an expectation now. People are going to start seeing Jonny Lawson in the win column. We have seen you now 2 wins on the trot. Do you feel like this is going to add a bit of respect to your name? I mean, it's not. No one's being condescending in a way, but people now will expect you to win.
Yeah, I get you. Well, they can expect me to win because I'm going to be winning from here on out. You know what I mean? But yeah, as you say, no, there's no. The lads are all good to me. Like, you know, I've got all the lads' respect. You know, I have heard myself being referred to as a gatekeeper, like, and I plan on getting that gatekeeper nonsense fucking shook off. I know it's not a disrespectful thing to be known as, but that's not how I want to be known or portrayed as in the sport. You know, I want to be. I do want title, I do want the belts, but whenever I was going through that losing streak, it just felt so far away that I didn't think I was gonna get to it. But now that obviously tables have turned, yeah, uh, yeah, I just want to get that keeping shade shook off.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, as I say, at this point, you know, with the victories you've won, you know, that you've achieved, I don't think you can be considered a gatekeeper now. I think you have to be considered a contender. So let's talk about that. Who is next in terms of, obviously you're wanting to get up to that title? Who do you think would be the best person to fight next in order to get to that British title, you think?
Well, I said to you before, I've got a real bee in my bonnet with another fight with Tony.
Mm.
Yeah, I've got a real bee in my bonnet with that fight. Like, that's the fight I want. But again, if it's give to me, apart from that, look, I'm just happy to fight whoever Jim and Joe give to me, as long as it's in this. It's as long as it's in that direction of a title fight. You know, I don't want to fight another debut that's gonna keep me in the same spot. You know, I want to fight someone that's fought. You know, one of the other experienced lads that get me pushed on.
Mm. And is it 73, 76? What weight do you feel that you want to settle at now? Because you fought all over.
73 kilos. It's me.
70.
So it does. Yeah, I think that's a cutoff. That's a cutoff point then for bantamweight. Like, so.
Yeah. So you'd be looking at, well, Scott McHugh. I think I don't know who Scott actually is going to face, but probably the likes of James Lilly. So yeah,
Yeah.
Tony Lafferty would be a logical choice to get that title shot moving forward. So yeah, I mean it is a fight. There's no bad blood there, but
Oh no,
you
definitely
did
not.
feel like you won that fight. So I suppose that is the logical fight to have now.
Yeah, yeah, and you know, if it goes my way, it's gonna have to be a trilogy. Like, you know, it can't be left in a piece. You know, but yeah, as you said, like, there's no bad blood between me and Tony. You know, Tony's got my respect 100%. Like, you know, we message each other now and again, like, just seeing how each other's doing, and yeah, respect Tony a great deal. Like, he's a very good fighter, and yeah.
You seem like you've improved, mentally, definitely, but physically as well. You look faster, more fluent. I think I mean, it has that element of confidence. But what have you been doing in the gym that's different? Because those last two fights, you look like a completely different fighter.
Well, truth be told, for them last two fights, mate, I've been training at home, mate. So I have, yeah, I get my road work done in the mornings, and then I've my weights and heavy bag, everything I need for the boxing side of it in the afternoons.
Mm.
And I'll do my sparring there on a Thursday night. I'll go up to a club in Belfast and spar with a couple of lads, Michael Swan and Jason McKnight.
Mm.
They're always there every time for me to help me out with my camp. But apart from that, mate, I've just sort of been doing what I normally do, mate. Just nothing special. Just training as I always have. I think now that I've got, after that first win, it really did spur me on. I think it helped me a lot out it helped me a lot with my confidence going into the second, going into the Chaz fight.
Mm.
And yeah, just I think it's just the wins have just really given me a lot more confidence to get my shots off. I know I was going the distance in the previous fights, but I was holding back an awful lot. I was holding back an awful lot the more losses I took, and I didn't feel as confident
Mm.
letting everything go. But now, yeah, I'm just sort of giving the attitude like fuck it, just
Yeah.
take it, get stuck in, because I said to you before, I know I can take the shots, so I just push through and just let my fucking shots go, mate. Give it to them and see what happens, you know.
Yeah. It was, I was trying to work out in my head what had changed, but obviously, not a lot of people will know this, but you were given a very delicious vegan meal by me the night before the fight. Do you feel like that had an impact on your
You know,
fight?
I actually could have done. I'd actually forgot about your vegan meal. You know what it was? That could have been it. You know.
I'm just saying, Johnny, we will have, what was it? I think it was a chicken. It was, not a chicken. It was a chickpea tikka. So we'll have to do that again. Shout out Wicked Kitchen for their delicious vegan range at Tesco. Obviously, as you can see, it works. People turn vegan. It's the future. So Johnny is an advocate for that for sure. But it's, I'd forgotten myself. It just popped into my head.
Mind
But
of it, mentioned.
But your journey in general, that whole fight day and the day before was mental. I mean, everyone was turning up early in the morning. You were still on a flight over from Northern Ireland. Talk us about that journey. I mean, it must have been what time did you set off?
I set off. The flight was at 5 in the evening. It was cold. I got told, yeah, the flying to somewhere central, you know, so Birmingham then, you know, we'd agreed on Birmingham.
Mhm.
Happy days, right? So Birmingham it is. So I thought, right, there's no point flying out ridiculously early because I'll have the whole day to kill.
Mm.
So I obviously booked my flights. As soon as I get matched, my flight gets booked. So
Mm.
whenever we were all told to meet at the venue at such and such a time, I give it a fuck. I my flight's like 5 hours after the arranged time. So I got that sorted, and then we found out that the fights were in Bolton.
Yeah.
So I didn't know how far away that was from Birmingham, and I think I'm 100 miles away. So once I flew in, I got in at 6 o'clock, and then I had like a fucking 2 hour train journey to get to Manchester,
Yeah.
and then it was still half an hour out from that. You know, I was absolutely desperate. But I suppose at the time back then, I don't know what way the land was lying at the time. Everything, I'm sure they didn't know either, which is hence why they wanted me to fly in somewhere central. But fuck, yeah, it was not good. Like,
And then I picked you up from the train station, and we got into the bubble. But it was mental. I mean, that is a very Jonny Lawson-esque tale because it's without mixing my words, it's a no bullshit mentality. You don't get in there in a limo. You're not there with golden underpants. No offense to Chaz, but you go in there and you're just there for the fight. So I think that story is pretty mental. You were there late. You turned up and no complaint at all. Turned up in the morning and got business done. But
what
yeah,
time?
that's
What
awesome.
time? What time did we get to the hotel at? What time did we actually get there at?
Oh, 10:30, 10 o'clock. It was late. It was very late. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
very late. So it wasn't ideal, but as I say, Johnny got up in the morning, made weight, which was again incredible thanks to the vegan food. I'm going to put that out there, and won the fight. So moving forwards, it's momentous. But you are a man who has struggled in the past with sponsors. I wanted to leave it off with sponsors and thanks. I understand, Johnny, you have a sponsor now. Who have you got to shout out?
Yeah. The Belfast Beard Company. They jumped on last minute. Yeah, they jumped in last minute. So that it's it was like a few days beforehand.
Mm.
Yeah, and they sorted me out with some stuff, and yeah, it was much appreciated. And as you say about the sponsors, yeah, I did have at the start there. I did have a lot. I had yourself. I had Ross help me out, and Ross took the do with getting a lot of sponsors in for me because with all the training, it, it was just too much. I had too much going on, so he took the do with all that side. And then once everyone's time had came and gone, it was just too much. Just too much hassle. I know it has to be done, but the way my career was going at the time, but again, the fucking losing, I felt honestly like maybe a bit embarrassed to go to sponsors.
Mm.
Going 5-6 on the trot losses, and it's a wee bit embarrassing to go in and saying, yeah, you fancy sponsoring me, and then them asking how I'm getting on, and then I explain, and without them really knowing that you automatically judge me straight off the record, and without actually knowing anything about me. So that sort of put me off sort of pursuing sponsors as well, to be honest. You know.
Where can we find you for sponsors? Obviously, I'll put the links down below, but you're on Instagram, Facebook, anywhere else we can contact you?
Instagram and Facebook, mate. Yeah, my fight page on Facebook is Jonny the Battler Lawson,
Mhm.
and you can get me on Instagram at Jonny Lawson BKB.
Perfect. Well, Jonny, we will get the sponsors in. We are looking forward to the next fight. I hope it's soon, and I hope it's another win for you. But thank you so much for joining me today, Jonny, and thanks for your time, my man.
Not a bother, mate. Thank you.
So, mate, thank you.